I'm Salatino Red.
I'm Miss Sundari D.
And this is the Big Blue Father and Son Show. Thank you. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in again. But before we get into this Thanksgiving holiday special edition of the Big Blue Father and Son Show, we want you to like, share, subscribe, and
comment below.
Boom. There you go. All right. The G-Man fresh off a bye week. Not a lot of things happened, but some things happened. Yeah. We had Colombo and Coach Judge get into a tense situation. Some reports said they got into a fisticuffs.
Some didn't.
Right. And either way, the end result is Colombo, he's out of there. He brought in a
new offensive line coach.
Yeah.
I know his first name is Dave. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Right
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was the right move because our O-line's been kind of bad for a long time.
Man, through the first 5 games and then on, and then Judge has really been hands on with the offensive line with the last 2 games, and we've been seeing improvement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was the line. Didn't know that it was Judge implant.
It was specifically Judge behind that. He was putting time, straight directly to the O-line.
Right.
Buccaneers game, Eagles game. Speaking of the Eagles game, we played. We got the dub. Got the dub.
Throw it up. There it is.
So an interesting fact is Sterling Shepard was on the roster, the only one on the roster the last time we beat him, and that was in 2016.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
But we played good. I like the way our defense has played. We shut them down. Finally closed the game out on them.
About time.
And
hey,
wow.
How many years has been?
Since 17?
Out of there. It's been 4 years. Out of there. We broke the streak. There you go. Way to go, G-Man. That's how we supposed to do it. Now it's on to breaking another streak that we've been on the other end of, and that's not winning the NFC East.
We looking good so far. Some of the standings said we were in 3rd, but the others said if you go on NFL app, it says we're still in 2nd despite Dallas winning, even though they beat us.
Right.
I'm honestly kind of confused because I would think they'd be in 2nd since they beat us.
Well, at the same time, it's a lot of points against and for. That's how they determine that. So right now, I mean, honestly,
yeah, because they usually do average like 10 points a game without Dak.
Right.
With Dak, they average like 33.
Right. And they defense, I mean, they coming around, but they still allow a few more points than we do. With that being said, I know everybody, the NFC least and dumpster fire, all that, verbiage compared to, when you talk about the NFC East. But I always say this too. Given COVID this year, and we didn't have any preseason games. You have to look at it realistically. Let's say last year, you got 4 preseason games, and then teams really start getting into the mix. Around week 3? So that's damn near. Yeah, that's damn near 7 games. Now you're looking at the Giants, who are better than the score indicates. Our our record rather, not the score. We're indicative of that because at 3-7, we got our first win.
Week 6 versus the football team. So
if we do the math, we really gelling. Now I'm not going to do the whole Cinderella story on this team is starting to look like the 07 team. They gelling and clicking at the right time. We are gelling and we are clicking going into December when we're supposed to. I really see us winning the East, and like I said, I want that T-shirt to wear around this mother here in Arlington.
Yep, especially
where Blue Stamp Studios is, and we're Giants fans behind any line. Just up the road is Cowboy Stadium or AT&T Stadium. I want that. We haven't had it in a while. I'm just gonna put it out there. We gonna get that.
Yeah,
we gonna get that.
Sure.
We the best team in the East. Well, that ain't saying much. Well, hey, we gonna when we knock some people in their mouth, some teams on that schedule. We gon', you know what I'm saying, when we hit the Seattle in their mouth, people gonna look at us different. When we hit Baltimore in their mouth, they gonna start saying, well, these aren't the Baltimore teams of last year. They're not gonna give us our credit. They're not gonna give us our credit when we beat the Seahawks. Well, this isn't that. Don't want to hear none of that.
If we were 7-3, they would give us credit all day long.
Oh yeah,
all day long.
Oh yeah. So I mean, with that said, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're here again with the Thanksgiving special. This week, well, tomorrow, basically it's Turkey Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful to have you in my life, son.
Thankful to have you.
Hey, that's what I'm thankful to have this show, and thankful for you guys for giving us the opportunity to do our father and son platform, because this is one of the activities that we do as our bonding activity, and we we love it. So thank you guys. But the matchups, we have the Cowboys versus
Washington.
And
it looks like Alex Smith was going to get that Thanksgiving game after all. It's been since, 18?
Right.
He got hurt the week before. Colt McCoy. Yeah, filled in for him. And it was kind of embarrassing for Washington. I mean, it was like they scored at least 20, but still, it was embarrassing for them. But yes, Alex Smith will get that start.
Right. And you know what? With them two playing each other, somebody's gonna be further in the basement. So I mean, it plays off. And you know how Pops is, how I am. I got two favorite teams: the New York Giants and whoever is playing the Cowboys. So it ain't no second guessing. Washington football team. Hopefully they get the dub, and I'm gonna be rooting for them. At the same time, we have on Turkey Day. It's always real good. You got Thursday night football, but we just call it Thursday football because we start off at noon
with Detroit, at
Houston. Then we got the 3:00 game, which is
Dallas and Washington
when we're eating, and then we have the night game, which is going to be a very good game.
Yes, Baltimore,
Pittsburgh. Baltimore too. That's a rivalry, and they gonna smack. Will they give Will Baltimore give
Pittsburgh their
first L? Or will
the Jets get their first win?
Yeah, this Saturday coming up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have my Jets jersey on, man. Unless they play the same time as us, I'm not for sure when they play, but. Yeah, I'm rooting for the little brothers, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this Giants-Bengals game.
Prayers to Joe Burrow, who on one play his knee popped out of place back into place on the same play. He had a torn ACL, torn MCL, and additional knee damage that they're trying to find out what it is.
Right.
Hopefully you go to a speedy recovery because you look promising this season and everything. You played really good. He played really good.
Right on.
Everything. So prayers to you and everything. And without further ado, let's get into this game.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
The Bengals has a problem with injuries, kind of, because they've had Joe Mixon also, and a defensive player tested positive for COVID,
right.
And Joe Mixon got hurt his foot.
That's right.
So it's gonna be kind of tough for the Bengals, We're coming off a bye, so we're well rested, mentally, physically, and practice started Monday. Actually, we are going to be more ready for this upcoming game. And Judge says the record is not important; it's irrelevant.
No doubt.
He just wants to find a way to be 1-0 every week.
No doubt.
And I appreciate that. I think that's a good mentality to have as a coach.
That's that toughness.
So our defense, let's get into that. We played really well. They've made me smile a lot. I think we can get after Cincinnati. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially with Cincinnati's, O-line troubles. They've had a lot of that. And it's been like our problems for like a few years. I know when Dalton was still there, it was still kind of, it needs to be fixed, Yeah. But I think our defense will have a good game, a really good game. Our offense, Danny Dimes did not turn the football over.
Yeah, the glue worked.
Evan Ingram finally found a way to catch the ball. But I'm gonna point out that one catch that it was out of bounds.
Hold on, you mean this one?
Yeah, that one right there. It was out of bounds, but I like his concentration that time. He one-handed it, and even though he was out of bounds, he still found a way to catch the ball. That was great effort by Ingram. I still think that was a good catch, even though it was out. That should be, one of the highlights. That was, I just like that catch, honestly. But our offense played really well, even though we didn't have any pass touchdowns. We still got the Wayne train going. Wayne Gallman, he's had a day.
He got
Also,
that dog getting burr, burr, burr.
Also, that first play, our first touchdown, Daniel Jones didn't trip. He didn't trip. Thank you, Daniel Jones.
He was out.
He kept his foot in. Everybody's been joking about that, and I've honestly laughed at it. It was pretty funny. He didn't trip this time. Thank you.
Right on.
But it was good job because he's really good runner, and I think he could be a future quarterback. He played really good. Our O-line played really good. They didn't allow as much sacks. Maybe like a couple. No, first play of the game it was actually a sack. They've played good. They've played better. Shepard and Tate, they had some really good catches. I heard Shepard mic'd up telling Maddox.
You lucky you helped him. You lucky you helped him. What? You can't guard me, bro.
He had a day. Tate had a day. Yeah, Slayton too. Let me not forget. I almost forgot Slayton there.
Our boy.
He had a pretty good day too. He caught some good passes, especially at the end. When we was driving and I think we was finna kick the field goal.
Right.
That put us up 10.
Right.
Yeah, he had a really good day, even though he had maybe a key drop, but in the end it didn't bite us or hurt us or anything. So props to y'all. Props to everybody on the offense. Our whole team just played well. Special teams, Gano.
He's that man.
Hey, he got a contract extension.
Because mama, there go that man.
Mm-hmm.
Because of his play. Yeah.
Riley Dixon, he's been playing good. I think we should keep him, honestly, for a while because he's been making phenomenal punts inside the 5, inside the 15, and he's just phenomenal this year.
Right. And that all goes to Judge. You right.
Jabril Peppers almost had a big kickoff. Somebody got in the way, and I've seen him. He was mad too.
He was on the way to the house.
Yeah, our special teams play good. It just feels good to beat Philly, honestly. Man, yeah, that's it. Offense versus Cincinnati. I think we could do good. We do good. Their defense isn't bad, but like it's not like an elite.
It's not really all that elite.
Yeah, honestly, they just have average players. I think they got a good. I know they got a good pass rush. Daniel Jones plays another smart game. Don't turn it over or anything. Then we'll be good. Get the Wayne train going. Get Slayton, Shepard taking the ball.
I like that.
Ingram, if you catch the ball, if you actually don't drop any passes offensively, and we can carry the momentum into the Seattle game.
Well, I mean, we'll stop short of the Seattle game because. Again, you being nice because I'll just say what the kind of the elephant in the room is this. We gonna open a can of whoop ass boing on them as far as our defense. Now, we're darned if we do, darned if we don't because when we do beat them, they'll say, well, they didn't have their starting quarterback. Hey, it's tough. I mean, these are the breaks. It's the NFL. Next man up, and if that man's not capable, you're gonna take an L. As far as their defense, like you said, it's a cast of outcasts, or they decent at times, and this is not going to be one of them because again, this team is gelling, and we've been making subtle things. And again, Coach Joe Judge, shout out to my favorite Giants coach of all times, Bill Parcells. He threw shouts at Judge saying, hey, he's heading in the right direction, getting this team back to what Giant football is, fundamentally tough.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't back down for any of that. We play hard regardless, win, lose, or draw, and we getting back to the nature of what Giant football truly is.
Yes. I've noticed all of our games, Pittsburgh, 49ers even, we lost 36-9.
The brakes beat off by the B team.
Yep. We still played 60 minutes of hard physical football, and that's what I like about Judge. I know last year it seems whenever, like when we played the Packers, it seemed like we gave up that game.
We got winded,
Yeah.
Mentality wise.
Yeah. But this year I see a whole different football team. We don't give up. We still play.
Yeah, we hard.
Despite if we were down like 40-10, we'd still be playing like it was 39-39 or something like that.
We play blue collar football. That's the Giants calling card. But at the end of this particular game with Cincinnati, I just think the Giants are where we are and the gear we going in and the stride, and we just too much for them. And that might be weird for people to hear, but you got to get used to it, especially going into December as we're gelling. Then at the same time, ching ching, the X-Men are coming back. Might not be this week, but they're definitely in the mix. They're on the active roster, and it might be next week. But the X-Men.
Xavier McKinney, O'Shane Zimmerman.
Yes, sir. It's just we got more weapons to that defense that's potent, and it's only the offense is starting to
come along.
Yeah. So hey, we making strides to get that East one, and then again, I'm wearing number 92. Strahan's birthday had just was just last week, so just shout out to you, Strahan, my favorite Giant player of all time. Real quick, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, so let's go ahead with predictions. This Giants game, traditionally, I usually go first, but it's Thanksgiving special, so I'm gonna let you do the predicting of the score.
Thank you. I'm gonna go with the Giants. 28, the Bengals 21.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I won't underestimate them, despite their record. I think they're still kind of a good team.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be a polar opposite, and I'm gonna say they are who we thought they are, and it's not that good, and we're gelling. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, we ain't have too many 30+ games, so let me go ahead and put it out there. The Giants 34, the Bengals 23. Final score. There you go. Booyah. Right now, we're going to go ahead and go into, you know what time it is. It's huddle up. Everybody huddle up. Huddle up. There he is. Huddle.
All right, so let's get started with the division games. The Eagles play Seattle, and honestly, I think Philly's done. I know this division's up for grabs, but I don't know. Philly has a hard schedule, so I think they're just done. I'm gonna have Seattle winning that game because they've played good against Arizona. If you can hold Kyler Murray to 21 points and you're doing something right, especially with their defense played all year, it's been bad. So I think that's confidence boost, and Seattle will get out with the dub. Thanksgiving football. Let's go into that. We have Washington and Dallas in Dallas. Now that's gonna be a good game. Usually when division teams go into Dallas, they just I don't know what happens. But I'm gonna have Washington pull off the upset against Dallas because Dallas, they beat Minnesota, and I was kind of mad, honestly, because I want Minnesota to win. Talk smack to Cowboys fans. They lost. But I'm gonna have Washington pull off the upset against Dallas. And my game of the week is also on Thanksgiving too. Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. It's gonna be a good game. I know the Ravens came off a tough loss versus Tennessee, 30-24 in OT. They played well. Lamar, he's had his good games. He did play good, but if he just limits the interceptions and turnovers, then I think he'll be able to get a dub in Philly. But I'm gonna pick the Ravens to beat Pittsburgh in an upset in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh. They're playing Pittsburgh. I'm gonna have Baltimore win that, and that's it for Darius.
All right. There you had it. Darius Huddle. Again, this is a special edition of Big Blue Father and Son Thanksgiving edition. Hey, during the pandemic, a lot of things is different in this new normal. So if you're able to extend your love share and show your love and your gratitude to family members and or friends that you made family. Please do so. I know it's a lot of stressful time during this time with not being able to get together, fear of possibly, becoming COVID positive and things of that sort. So you might have family members afar, maybe even locked up in different institutions where it may be jail or even a nursing home. But say or send positive energy if you can, and just be thankful that for what you do have, and don't worry about what you don't have. Hey, I love you.
Love you too.
My son, my seed, young king. And at the same time, we got on these hats, Thanksgiving hats, the camouflage. Be out, bing, bing, shooting turkeys or whatever. That's us, and it's from Black Life Apparel, one of our sponsors. Check out One Love Lounge. Shout out to Billy, the owner. Also, Sankofa, great food over in Oak Cliff. So, that's really it for us. Again, like, share, subscribe.
Comment your predictions in the comments.
And that's how we get down. We appreciate you guys' feedbacks and thankful for you guys. Again, this has been a father and son production. You want to throw any shots out before we roll?
Shout out to Daniel Jones for playing a heck of a game in Philly.
Hey, shout out to my brother from another mother, your Uncle Roger, a.k.a. Unique. Shout out to you. Keep doing what you do. It's all good. Anybody else you want to shout out?
Shout out to Kervin, my good friend. Have fun times every time I go outside, play with them and everything. Talk football and play football.
There you go. Hey, again, let's get that East. And again, this is a father and son.